Before we get today's video started, we're gonna head to the post office. We've got some post to pick up for some MR2 parts, so I'm super excited. Let's go get some MR2 parts. Now, something you didn't know about me, when I wear a hat, it means I don't like my hair. I got a haircut the other day and it was not the best haircut, so we'll be sticking around with this hat for the next few videos. It's a really nice day outside. It's like kind of cloudy, but not really. And I don't know, it's sort of like motivating weather. I have no idea why, but it feels really good to be in my car right now. There's like a smoky sort of smell in the area. It kind of smells good. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a good day today. I'm also gonna start vlogging on this camera a little bit more. I love the Sony so much, but this thing is just so versatile. It's so easy to move around. Now, one thing that I always look at when I'm driving is like the cars in front of me, especially if they're shiny. I wanna see if all my lights are working. I don't know if that's like an obvious tip, but there's my tip for today. If you wanna make sure that all your lights are working, just look at the reflection of the car in front of you and looks like all the lights are working. Get those pop-ups. Yup. All right, we've got a bunch of stuff, sweet. Show you in a sec. So as you just saw, we have quite a few parts that we got for the MR2. We've got a big care package from the boys over at MR2 Heaven. Thank you very much. I've been working with MR2 Heaven over the past couple of months or however long it's been, and they've been providing parts for the car, parts for the build. And they're one of the few websites that stock a handful of parts for MR2s. They have literally like everything you need. Interior, exterior. They stock a lot of stuff for MR2. So if you're an MR2 owner and you want stuff for your MR2, head down to MR2 Heaven. Have a look at this. We've got a whole box over here. I've been waiting for this box for ages. Look at this. We've got some carpets, because the carpets that I currently have in the car, ooh, not the best. So before we install these carpets and have a look at them, I'm gonna show you what's in the car currently. We're gonna vacuum the car up. And yeah, anyway, there's more in this box. There's also the rear carpet as well for the boot. Oh. In this box is also a fire extinguisher bracket. So we'll have a look through for that. And here we go, have a look at this. A fire extinguisher bracket. Damn, look at that. Really good quality. Extremely lightweight. That's surprisingly lightweight for the size. But this should bolt directly onto the passenger seat without any issues at all. And the reason why we're doing this is because I've currently got a fire extinguisher in the car right now, but it's in the glove box. So it takes up a lot of room there, and I'd rather have it externally where I could reach it really quickly. So this will hopefully do the job for me. There you go. So again, thank you to the guys over at MR2 Heaven. Really appreciate the support for the build. I had a good chat to Ravi, who's friends with the owner of MR2 Heaven, and we definitely have some things in the works. Definitely going to be spicing this car up with more MR2 Heaven stuff, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, the boys, and of course there's more stickers in the box, I'm sure of it. Yup. So for a while now, oh jeez, I've been running these like generic, like you can put these in any car floor mats. It's like the universal floor mat. You literally cut them up wherever you need to cut them up and you just throw them in your car. Yikes, yikes. Ugly, heavy, oh, that's where that was. Here's the driver's side, as you can see. Oh, it's ugly. It doesn't help because I got brand new carpets for this thing, and brand new carpets plus this crap. No bueno. Oh, here comes the dirt. Oh, one hand. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. Oh, yeah, I regret that. Oh, yeet. Alright guys, here's one last look of the car with the carpets all fully vacuumed and everything. Look, we have our brand new carpets looking really nice. Here's the driver's side. Here's the boot looking really good. I've also vacuumed the boot as well because we have a mat that's going in here as well. It was really bad. That took a little bit of time. And here's the passenger side, so damn, that's looking clean. Let's put these mats in. Are you ready for this? It looks so good. Oh my goodness, I am super happy with them. Oh, let's start off with the boot. Check this out. It just cleans up everything here. It might not look like much, but damn, it's just awesome as well. It's got the that there's an MR2 logo as well. That's awesome. I'm super duper happy with that. That is sick. Extremely good quality embroidery. Look at that. No issues, no details that are wrong. Awesome. The interior came out excellent. Like, wow. I promise you I'm not overreacting. It looks so much better. You ready for this? Damn, look how clean that looks now. Damn. I love the MR2 logo there. I love that. Oh, look who it is. Nathaniel. I'm scared he'll do that and accidentally engage the drive. You're gonna kill me, dude? Oh, wait. So don't go any further.
He didn't want to go into drive.
Yeah, I know, because it's German.
Mecca.
German engineering. Oh, flexing the electronic park brake, nice. So as you can see, I've removed the fire extinguisher that was chilling in my glove box. I already had this in for a while. I know that some people have been really talking about these online thanks to Zach Boldy, because he had an issue with his car where it caught on fire and he didn't have a fire extinguisher. So it's really important to have one of these in the car. So that's been chilling in my glove box for this whole time and it's just been taking up room. So I've decided to get this metal bracket that'll relocate it down to the seat over here. So it should fit just like so. And it looks like it does. It's going to protrude a little bit, so it's going to be annoying for Chloe trying to get in and out, but... What are you thinking, Nathaniel?
They're not genuine.
They're not, no.
But they're good. MR2 heaven. Done well.
Look, I definitely did want to go and get genuine MR2 floor mats. However, trying to find them is really hard and in good condition as well. It's just really difficult to find any unless you import them from Japan. And if you do decide to do that as well, it's going to cost you like $300 or $400 for floor mats. And there's so many other modifications that you can do to this car for $300 or $400. And I just don't understand why anyone would pay that for floor mats. I guess it looks cool. I paid, I think on the website it's about 88 USD, but obviously I got it discounted. It's the next day, and to keep it consistent, we have the exact same hat, exact same jumper, everything's the same, and we're going to install that fire extinguisher bracket. Now, there's going to require some modification, it seems, because the bracket isn't going to screw onto these factory located bolts, so we're going to have to grind down these tabs, it seems, which is not too much of an effort at all. We've got a grinder, we've got the cutting discs, we've got the sanders, everything that we need. Paint is probably going to have to be used here, and of course, same on the other side. It's really strange that they have these little tabs here. I think it's just to protect people from when they come in the car to not hit this bit. I have no idea whatsoever. That's looking clean. We also need to eventually fix this up as well, because that's faded there, but that's another project, never ending. So I went on the website and they actually show instructions for everything listed on the MR2 Heaven website on how to install everything. Now, they've included hardware in the package as well, and it's telling me to put a space between where those little like niblets stick out on the seat. Now, I guess the one issue of installing it like that will mean that the fire extinguisher bracket will be spaced out, you know, a little bit further. The closer in, the better, I assume. So I might end up going the route of still grinding those things off, those little niblets. So I might end up still cutting these little niblets off and getting the bracket to mount flush on the seat, but we'll see what it looks like first in the car. Maybe it won't be so bad, so let's have a look. Primo stuff, but this is awesome. So like if you ever wanted to install this just like and not have to modify your seats, you can do that. So this kit, you don't have to modify anything, but I might end up doing it anyway just to get a flusher sort of look. I've got the fire extinguisher now mounted to the bracket. It's only held on by one bolt because my fire extinguisher that I've had for all this time doesn't have the right holes to match this bracket, and you can get a fire extinguisher that will bolt straight onto this, but that's a little bit extra from MR2 Heaven. But I'm just using my own fire extinguisher, which will be fine. I just need to probably drill into this. If it's gonna sit like this, I'm gonna prefer that over sitting out like that. So I think we're gonna have to keep it. We'll play around a bit. I'll admit, you don't really need to do what I was telling you before. So I've got the bracket sort of like kind of hovering here, and I was just testing to see if you could move the seat over this when moving it forward and stuff, and you can, which is pretty cool. So we can still retain like the seat movement and stuff. Ow, did I just smack my head? I'm sorry. Oh, look. I think we'll leave it. So we didn't do any of what I said. We just went ahead and installed the fire extinguisher bracket and the fire extinguisher. I'm not too unhappy with the fitment right there. Like, I think that little spacer isn't really like that bad. And it looks like it fits in pretty damn good. Now, I was just worried that it'd be a bit annoying for the passenger sitting in here. But if you come here, look at that. You stick your feet out here. You can bring them back, probably that far. But that's totally fine. I'm 6'2". plenty of room, no issue at all. Still super comfortable in here. We've only got one bolt in the bracket so far, so we're gonna drill into this bracket because of my fire extinguisher. You won't have to do this if you get the fire extinguisher that works with this bracket. But damn, MR2 heaven, this is good, this is nice. Sturdy as hell. I'm just gonna tie that down. Okay guys, we have the car warming up now because we're gonna go take it for a test drive and see if this fire extinguisher bracket, which is now fully installed, looking so nice now with new carpets and everything. We're gonna see if it makes any rattles or anything because we don't want any rattling while we're driving. But if I move this like this, it is very solid. This bracket that it came with is really good. And obviously the MR2 heaven fire extinguisher bracket is super sturdy. Like, I'm pulling out with like nearly all my strength and it is not moving at all. I do like as well that we keep the feature of being able to move these seats forward and backwards. We can't go all the way because this lever, you know, will eventually touch the fire extinguisher, but you don't ever really need to move this far anyway. So the fire extinguisher didn't make a single sound on the whole trip that we just did. It sounded really good, and by really good I mean dead quiet, so it didn't make a single sound. Like I said, this thing is extremely sturdy in there. It's awesome, and it's a quick access sort of thing, so you'll only need this for an emergency, and it's the sort of mod that you don't ever want to use, but it's definitely necessary. I'll quickly show you as well. So if we do need the fire extinguisher, we can just come over here, quickly clip close, and look at that, check that out. We have the fire extinguisher, baby. And then you got to pull that pin, which I've got like an O-ring around and stuff, so it keeps it from vibrating, so it doesn't make a single sound when I shake it like that. Now we're gonna put it back, which is a little bit of a pain. But yeah, there is a whole bunch of mods just chilling on the bench over here that we're going to be installing over the next couple of videos. I cannot wait, but they're not for this video, unfortunately. There's more stuff from MR2 heaven, more stuff from eBay. And if you continue to stick around, you'll know exactly what I mean when we start installing this stuff. I am so happy with how this is looking. That is so nice, honestly. Jesus. It looks even good on camera, so none of that crap where it's like only good in person. Nah, it looks good on camera too. Look at that. Now I thought I'd give you guys little updates here and there of what we've been up to in the garage, where things are at and stuff. Now as you all know, we did a modification on the MR2 to make it a little bit more powerful, a little bit more responsive, and that seemed to work. So we did notice a little bit of gain in throttle response. It felt quicker and it beat Nathan's car, which I showed in the stream if you guys didn't see that. I'll probably play that clip, but we chopped the R36 in the MR2, which is pretty crazy because we weren't able to do that before. But the MR2 did good. The MR2 did good. Now, because I was curious, I decided to put the AFM mod back to where it was before we did the mod, so pretty much stock. And I decided to do that just to see if I was actually making power and it wasn't just the placebo effect, you know. So when I put the cog back, I went for a little drive and it felt like I got less power, so that means that the mod definitely does make power. Now, because that mod is to do with the air-fuel ratios, which can cause detrimental damage to your engine if you don't have them running correctly. So if you're too lean, that could cause detonation and completely screw up your engine. So we're gonna be installing a wideband gauge to get the AFRs to read in the cabin so I could see them live, happening right before my eyes. Now this is something I haven't even ever looked into before, so this is going to be quite interesting, but that's going to allow us to like kind of home tune this engine to an extent, of course. That sweet 14.7 perfect air fuel ratio, which is the ideal. I don't know why, but it is. Even from the dyno testing from this car, we did see that the air fuel ratios were running pretty rich, which is classic from Toyota apparently. So you can lean it out for a little bit more power and fuel efficiency, which is what we've done. But I've obviously put it back until we get that wideband gauge because I don't want to be screwing anything up. So yeah, I'm excited though. We're going to get our first little gauge in the MR2. It's not a boost gauge. It's a stepping stone to something bigger, which is cool. We're gonna get some more power out of this. I do want to go through like the NA hole and start digging further into trying to get more power with the NA engine as it currently sits. So we're gonna do some timing mods, some AFM mods like we've already done, and try to get this thing running. Smack, smack, boom, boom. As for this thing over here, Lachlan is currently waiting for the wiring harness from Woodspot. Paul is doing us the wiring harness just like he did for this car. He's completely sponsoring Lachlan's build. He's providing the engine mount, the wiring harness, and I think he's even providing the fuel system for this car. So it's a little bit different compared to mine. It's a returnless system, so he's going to need a fuel regulator, whereas I didn't need to do that. But I'm super stoked to see how this thing goes against my MR2 over here, because this thing makes more power and is lighter. So it should technically beat me, especially because he's also going to be running a lightweight flywheel, which was extremely expensive, and I wanted to do the same thing. I just could not afford it at the time. But look at this, he's got all this clutch stuff, so that's going to be happening soon. I'm excited for that. Now, a big thing for me is how this thing handles as well. We're also going to be getting a Wilhelm suspension kit for this thing, so that's something I've been waiting for a long time, because I do want to track this thing, I do want to autocross this thing, I want to be able to take it anywhere and have fun with it without having the kind of unpredictable sort of feel with the suspension and the bump steer and all that. So we're going to get a Wilhelm suspension kit, and for the MR2 owners out there, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. That pretty much corrects all the suspension components. So from factory, your control arm is like this. When you lower your car, your control arm goes up inwards towards the guard, and what the Wilhelm suspension kit does is it lowers everything back down to where it is from factory, so you do get that perfect sort of OEM suspension feel. Well, hopefully that's the idea anyway. That's a little spoiler for you, but there's heaps of things coming for this thing. Super excited, crazy excited. I need to give this thing a proper wash and detail. This thing's gonna get detailed as well. It's happening, so we're gonna probably remove all the stickers and stuff. Unfortunately, gotta put another wood spot on for the sponsor. So yeah, lots of things coming for this car. I want to get new wheels and tires as well, so much stuff, but that's just the money pit of cars, and that's just how every project's going to be. Damn, nearly fitting it in one frame. Now, I hope all you MR2 owners out there do have fire extinguishers in your cars, especially if you've done any sort of mods to the car, because you're going to regret it if it catches on fire. I can't say this enough. Some people even say, oh, you know, I've got insurance for the thing, so it doesn't matter. Is insurance really going to cover how much effort you put into your car? If you have put in effort, of course. Sure, insurance might like cover me for a certain amount of money, but they're not going to cover me for all the hours that I spent doing modifications to the car and everything. So it's just a good thing to have in your car, a fire extinguisher. So if you catch fire, you're good. I also did the fuel lines in my car, so anything could happen. So last time I say this, thank you so much, MR2 Heaven. They're going to also be providing products over the next couple of videos for the car. Massive shout out to them. If you have an MR2 and you need parts, go down to MR2 Heaven. The carpets look insane. I'm super happy with how they turned out. Compared to what they were like before, you can't beat this. Unless you go OEM, but that's not really realistic, is it? Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.